Hey guys, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Chukwudo's Footwear. So if you're joining us for the first time, please do it to like, share, comment and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Here you'll get to know more things about shoemaking, the basics in shoemaking. So today we're going to be making a penny loafer shoe. In this video you're going to learn how to mask your last properly for pattern drawing. First of all, after you've decided the shape of last you're going to use, then the next thing to do is to mask your last. The masking of the last actually requires patience and consistency here. So before you mask your last, first of all you need to get your base, which will serve as strength of the masking tape which you'll be using on the last. So mind you, whenever you're masking your last, it is advised that you mask everywhere, but for me I do my masking from one part of the work. After you're done masking your last from the beginning to the end, but me I do my last in one part, then you get your center point. This is what I'm doing at this moment now, getting of your center point from the vamp line to the counter line. Get your center point. After you've got your center point, this will serve as where you're going to be drawing your pattern from. After getting your center line, mind you, if you do mistake in getting of your center line, it's going to affect your pattern drawing. Get your center line at the counter point, which is the back side of the last, and at the vamp point, which is the front side of the last. This serves as a starting point from where you're going to draw your last. So after getting your center line, then you take a distance of 1.5 centimeter, which serves as the space between your feet and the pattern drawing. So after getting your distance of 1.5 centimeter, then you start the drawing of your pattern. Mind you, this is a penny loafer. So please, if you are joining us for the first time, please do it to like, share and subscribe on our YouTube channel. So this is the pattern drawing of the work, and I decided to start from the tongue of this pattern. Just watch, you're gonna see how it's gonna come out. This I'm doing here, this is a freehand sketch. As a shoemaker, you ought to know how to draw. So first of all, I prefer doing a freehand sketch first on the masking tape before I will use a biro or a white pen to get the actual drawing. So for now, I'm doing a freehand sketch on this particular stage right now. Note, whenever you're drawing a pattern on your last, since you're not going to draw on full side of the last, the things you need to take note of is the middle point on your vamp line and the middle point at your counter line. That is where you're going to be drawing your pattern from. So after you have taken note of those points on your vamp line and your counter line, that is where whatever you're going to draw, be it the backstay or the front, that is where you're going to start your drawing from. And remember, this is a freehand sketch. I'm also going to show you guys the main drawing. So for me not to do mistake, I rather do a freehand sketching on the last first before going to the main drawing. After the drawing of the freehand sketch, they will now go over to the main drawing of this pattern, which is use of a biro or whatever you want to use as your tracing or drawing item. But me, I do use a blue biro for proper visibilities of the line. So this is me tracing back those sketches that I do with my freehand sketching on the last. So the reason for using this biro is for making the sketches to be bold and know where my patterns are, and so if I want to do the cutting of the pattern, I won't do mistake and the lines won't be faint. So I'm just trying to retrace the line for bolder reflection. So just stay tuned. This is how the pattern looks like, and in this pattern has 3 parts. The next section of this video, you're going to see where I labeled each part of it. At this point, what I'm doing now, I'm trying to cut out the parts which are not needed in this pattern. So just cutting off the excessive part. Remind you, I said in this pattern drawing we're only going to focus on one side of the pattern. The next step to take here is, after you're done drawing your pattern, now is to cut off the excessive parts which are not needed. So if you take a closer look on what I'm doing now, I'm trying to cut off the excessive parts that are not needed in this pattern, so that I will focus on the parts that are needed for this pattern drawing. In the next video, I'm going to show you guys the pattern drafting for this particular one. Thanks for staying tuned. Please do well to like, share and subscribe.